What is going on, everybody? Nasdorachi coming back at you again today with another episode for Dragon Ball Legends. And overnight at about 3 or 4 in the morning-ish, my time, we did get the March VJUMP scans for Dragon Ball Legends and Dokkan Battle as well. But today, we will be covering the Legends scans. Now, I do anticipate this to be our next month's version of the Ultra Space-Time Summon, and the characters that are on it kind of reflect that in the sense that they may not be as hype and they may not be expecting a whole lot of sales off of these two characters. As you can tell from the background, we are looking at, for sure, Imperfect Cell. I do not know if he transforms, but I do not believe that he does. But we do not have a sparking version of him yet, and his models are already in the game, so I guess that does kind of make sense. As well, we'll be looking at the Saiyan armor, or I guess you could say Perfect Cell Saga of Future Trunks after his hyperbolic time chamber training when he has the blue jumpsuit with the Vegeta Saiyan armor. That is what we are looking at. Now again, these two characters may not be ultra hype, but just like always, I like to jump through these scans and go over them. We've done it for every single set of them, I think, to date for the game at this point. And we might even be able to throw up some Google Translate and see if we can get some semi-accurate, but probably mostly incorrect and amusing translations. So without further ado, that is what we're covering today. We can jump into the material at hand and bring up that handy-dandy chart there. So again, looking at the picture from far out, we do see that they do show off the Trunks and the Imperfect Cell. The art on Imperfect Cell is actually really clean. Trunks is good art, I guess you could say, but you can't really see his face. His pose here is a little bit interesting with him just yelling. With that being said, the photo is a little bit blurry, so unfortunately we can only work with what we got. There's a little bit of glare, a little bit of blur, but we'll do the best we can. Now, immediately looking at the page, the first thing that jumps out to me is this is the first time, to my recollection, that they've ever used manga panels to directly compare the characters' animations to scenes from the actual source material. I do think that is pretty neat, and it gives you reference here of the Kamehameha that Cell is seeming to have probably as a super move. It is possible Ultimate Arts. I, again, don't really know too much yet, but it seems to be a super move Kamehameha shown here. And Trunks actually has an attack that looks somewhat similar to the Save the Future attack that he does against the androids once he goes back to his timeline after having become powerful enough to finally take them down. So looks like blue card Save the World attack with potential Ultimate Arts Heat Dome, or maybe it's just like a couple of punches into the Heat Dome attack. The only reason I say that is because the card art here shows the Heat Dome vertical blast. The manga panels show it as well. But this attack right here seems to be firing a blast in a horizontal direction instead of vertical, and the coloring is well, the coloring actually might be right, but wrong direction. So that's why I'm assuming that he'll have a blue card and an Ultimate Arts technique, or else he'll have a green card that looks really clean and then a super move. But it looks like he will be doing the Heat Dome attack. We can definitely guarantee that just based off the card art and these manga panels down here. Cell doesn't show off too much else. We do get just that Kamehameha. I'm assuming he'll have like a solar flare potentially on his green card, because this Cell does use that technique to escape. With that being said, we can move on to the next part, which is going to be their little stat distributions here. Looking at the Trunks first, we'll just go left to right. We do see that he's got a great deal of technique, toughness, power, not a whole lot of energy, and his guard is fairly well off too. So it looks like these 4 of his 5 stat departments are almost, one level away from being maxed out, representative, the way this chart likes to do it. And then his energy is a little bit lower. So what I would say from this is either a defensive character or a melee strike based character. That's what I would assume based just off of the pure stat distribution we're looking here. Characters with lower energy, I do believe that kind of factors in key attack damage, if I'm not mistaken. It might be more tied to like key restore, but I do believe it is more so in relation to key attack and blast damage. So if I had to wager a guess, we're looking at, defense or support, maybe, but most likely melee strike damage. Now, coming over here to Cell, his chart's actually relatively interesting. His stat distribution seems kind of weak, especially in comparison to how powerful we've seen a lot of the characters. Like, if you were to go back and bring up, the Super Saiyan 4 stat trees, it would be a huge discrepancy between what this looks like. It looks to be lacking in more than one department, with his toughness and technique both being as high as Trunks's for the most part, but power being significantly less, guard being significantly less, but energy being considerably higher. So if I had to guess for Cell, I would say that he's going to be a ranged blast-based character, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to take hits super well. Now, toughness, I think, is going to relate to his health, so I think that he'll have a reasonable amount of health, but won't take hits super well. It'll be very interesting. Now, people are going to immediately kind of roll their eyes a little bit, because regeneration, of course, getting another potential supporting member, another buffer, or potential usable unit. Now, the only way these two units are going to sell well is if they are extremely competitive, kind of like the Bojack and Transforming Gohan banner, or potentially the red Frieza and Transforming Purple Cooler banner. Both of those were Ultra Space Time banners, but the characters on them actually ended up being, meta-defining units, especially in the Bojack and Gohan case. But with that being said, this banner is either going to be a total skip, or else they're going to go back and make these two characters extra competitive to make them appealing, even though we have characters now like Super Saiyan 4s and characters that chronologically in the story are significantly stronger than these two units right here. I mean, we've seen that before in the game. Most characters can be competitive on some level. So, not too much else going on in the article itself. These videos never are terribly long. In the bottom down here, it is just a reminder about the 530k followers SNS campaign going on and the free items that are being given out, basically the login bonuses and the campaign going on for that. These little sections with shallot on them generally are just a reminder section of the article about events that are currently happening in the game, and it just wants to keep people's minds on top of them and refreshed. Let's go ahead and bring up Google Translate to see if we can't get anything useful off the page. Now, I am a little bit concerned because the page is quite blurry, but we'll still do the best we possibly can. So, bringing up Google Translate here, let's start near the top left, pointed at the page, and see if we can get anything. So, again, this is one of those parts where this is too blurry for it to really pick anything up. Under favorable reviews, well, hopefully you guys do some stuff that gets you favorable reviews. Favorable reception. All right, let's skip past that. See if we, E, giant letter E. All right, no, that was just gibberish. Kind of looking at this middle section of the screen here. See if we can't get anything. Stand up without being an enemy with N power. The old with defense. Enemies who are N-like, N-likeable. When you have a king, even enemies with inexorable power. Okay, this is going to be gibberish there. Currently, let's wait for the east. Let's move over here to this little blurb above Perfect Cell here. Legends sales are not terrible, but, that's not what I think it's talking about. Change the future of despair. Transform the despair. Sugan Moon that can be knitted with one idea. Laggin' Ball. That is great right there. Laggin' Ball. This game definitely has some of that going on. Alright. 2 bodies cut of the scene. App games. Participate in Legends. Dragon Pole. Dragon Pole with T? Oh, that's kind of dirty sounding. 2 bodies that capture the shin of the field. Participate in Lens. Dessert. Alright, see Dessert. Dragon Pole Dessert. After Legends, Dragon IE, the application, fight against D Legends. They want the D. Dragon Ball. Desperate Despair. The future of despair. A ship that transformed the end of despair. So what I think it's talking about, it's referencing Trunks, of course, who, changes the despair of the future and deals with Cell and all that. So transform Rice in despair. Change the tree of despair. I like how just moving the camera a little bit just wildly changes what the translations are. Alright, so we got basically battle that honors the coming of despair. Alright, suspicion of the despair. It's the despair of Cell and Trunks and the androids. So let's continue onwards here. This font is unrecognizable by Google Translate, as well as the font that they've used on the Trunks side. So there's not a whole lot we're going to be able to get from that. Change of the future. Change the future. It's a V of Duke. Noble Face Center. Change the launcher M. Future. So it's change the future. That's basically Trunks, obviously referring to change the future. 1V of the rugged sea. Pirate Trunks. Fired around the face of things. Get closer to no show. With a hand in the face, it's mainly about hand reading. Drunk year 4. Mallow car. Ranks luck. Release a bullet around the hand. Okay, so that actually might be a reference to his key attacks. Fire your heart around face 1 of drunk fees. I'm going to play a handball. Oh, this is great. I love doing this, you guys. Alright, what about this stuff right here? Trunks, sparking, rarity. Please have leaving school. Alright, this is too blurry. Have the skill to... I have the skill to leave school when I get coronavirus? I don't know, man. Alright. Have a skill and... It's too blurry. It's too blurry. Ranks 8 lifetime. Alright, moving down here to Cell. Kamehameha! Okay, that's clearly a Kamehameha wave that it's referencing there. Turtle beam, Cell connection. Can we get anything? Or is it too blurry? I was careful. Grab your hand. Lick the piccolo? What is that in the corner? I will not be licking the pickle or the piccolo or biccolo or any combination of what the heck did that just say? I am a goodness. It is a compassionate thing. Leaving the connection. I get a lot of that in PvP too. Usually on the receiving end. Aim at text. I am aiming it at the text. Google Translate. Aim at text. The total in front of Biccaro. I put on Biccaro. Rusco Cell is a great sword. Letu Cell is a variety of the people. I got stuck in Biccolo. Oh, dude, this is bad. I'm already licked. No! It was licked before the licking wave on Piccolo. Oh my gosh, y'all! Before licking Piccolo. This blurb, this manga. I don't know what manga they're talking about, but that's not the Dragon Ball that I remember. No, sir. I don't remember any licking going on. A character. Engineer Future. Osambai E. Release a grande. Unlike Yushiko, let go of the air and the sun with a grenade in his face. Trunks for young people. Be mindful of the sun. Oh god. This is painful. Attack the grenade around the face. I'm assuming that's a reference to his super move since it's right under that picture. Anything else we can gather from this? A battle item that changed the end of despair. Participate in legend. What can be imported? 2 bodies cut out. Regen. Look, it made a reference there to Cell and Regen. Dr. Born. Participate in legend. Subsequent to legends. New approach. A Regen bowl. Yeah, there's a bowl of Regen characters in this game. That's for sure. Participate in Renens. Participate in Regen. Fight for legend. Okay. Participate in Renans again. Dragon Pole. A furry who cut off what now? Alright. That's about all we're probably going to get from this, which wasn't very helpful, but it was humorous. And, okay, let's talk about licking Piccolo again. Kamehameha. Down here. Campaign in progress. See, that's just the 530,000 followers. Breaking campaigns. Get items. Nothing out of the ordinary there. Drink cells justified as a cell. Separation of electricity. A cell that is unknowing. Tree out. Link ahead of the cell. And large outgoing call to trees. Yeah. So Chinese. No, I don't think Trunks is Chinese. Racha. I think they mean gotcha, but not Chinese gotcha. Alright, that's about all we're going to get from this. Don't change the future of despair. Trunks a year old. Change the future of despair, hashtag. The color that changed the future of extinction. Okay, so basically nothing useful from that, but I am going to make predictions that we are looking at, again, the Heat Dome attack, obviously here from a Strike based, or at least Strike heavy Trunks, a Blast heavy regeneration based Imperfect Cell. And as soon as we learn more, I'll definitely pass that information along for you. But until the next video, which should be soon, I do hope you all have a great day. If you did enjoy the video, consider leaving a thumbs up on it, help spread it out on YouTube. And if you're new around here, consider subscribing so I can see you again on future videos, along with maybe hitting that notification bell as well. We'll definitely be back soon. I think YouTube and just the internet in general is going to be bumping over the next few weeks because a lot of people aren't going to have a lot of stuff to do out in public. So you will be seeing and hearing from me again very soon. I do promise you that. And let me know down below what your hype levels are for these units. I'm generally going to assume that most people are not going to be too hyped for them, except for maybe fans of Trunks. Fans of Trunks are going to love this unit. And, you know, really big fans of Cell may enjoy Imperfect Cell. I do like that form on him. But I'll quit talking your ear off, and we'll catch you next time. Peace out. Talk to you later.